What's going on, Socialites? Welcome back to another Global Pokemon Society Draft League battle. It's Week 7, starting to close out Season 5 of the GPS, and we got the Charm City Charizards currently 3-3, taking on the Tokyo Togekiss 5-1, who just suffered their first loss last week against the Vero Beach Volcarona. So they definitely want to get back. They need one more win to clinch their division, guaranteeing them a bye in the playoffs, so they definitely want that. So this is a pretty key game for them, because if they lose this one, then the last week they are playing Denver, and if Denver wins this week and beats them next week, then Denver gets the division title and not Tokyo. So Tokyo definitely wants that division title. Let's take a look at the teams here. Charm City bringing Kyurem White, Dugtrio, Alolan Ninetales, Lucario, Poliwrath for the first time this season, and Claydol. And Tokyo is bringing Rayquaza, Excadrill, Blastoise, Arcanine, Aerodactyl, and Sandaconda. It's been quite a while since we've seen Tokyo bring Bulu and Sceptile. That was like one of the things that we thought that their team might kind of be centered around. And I'm looking at this, and I don't think that Bulu and Sceptile would have been too bad. Like Kyurem and, Ninetales, you gotta be a little worried about. But you look at a lot of the other Pokemon that, those can do pretty well. And having the grassy terrain to really neuter Dugtrio is pretty good. Let's see here what the two teams lead off with. Playing on top of the Rose Tower, Tokyo leads off with Aerodactyl. They do have a variety of different Pokemon they can lead with, but they are typically ground or rock types. So Lucario is going to go for this Bullet Punch. Probably won't pick up the KO here, but Aerodactyl might go for an Earthquake. Yeah, it does about 50% Aerodactyl. He does go for the Earthquake. Will this be enough to take out Lucario? Ooh, Lucario just survived, so Aerodactyl might want to switch out here into either Arcanine or perhaps Blastoise. Let's see what they go for. No! Tokyo leaves Aerodactyl in, and Aerodactyl just goes down. A free KO for Charm City. I definitely think Aerodactyl could have done some more in this battle just based on its speed alone. Now Sandaconda is going to come in. What item is this Lucario holding? As he goes for the Ice Punch, does solid damage. The Sand Spit is going to get up. Will Sandaconda finish this? Oh no, eject button. So now Excadrill will be able to come out. That's some pretty solid tech for Tokyo in order to get the most out of their sand turns early. Very interesting. I like that move for sure. I think that would have been pretty good to switch out Aerodactyl into last turn, because you would expect them to go for the Bullet Punch. You wouldn't take too much damage, and then you switch back out right into Excadrill. The Earthquake, though, doesn't affect Claydol's Levitate. Claydol can go for Trick Room here. Iron Head might get the flinch. The Rocky Helmet and the Life Orb, though, doing some good damage. Claydol does get flinched, though, so Excadrill likes to see that. Excadrill with another Iron Head, but sees him go down below half, and Claydol does get the Trick Room up. Might be a little late at this point, based on you got maybe 2 turns left of the sand. Let's see. Claydol's going to go for an Earthquake here. Will it be enough to take out Excadrill? Excadrill can be rather bulky. Tokyo switches out Excadrill and goes into Arcanine. Arcanine will get the Intimidate off, which will weaken the Earthquake. Ooh, still does some pretty good damage to Arcanine. And the Sandstorm does subside. Arcanine could have the extreme speed here in order to pick up the KO onto Claydol. Yes, there it is. Takes out Claydol. Does take some pretty solid Rocky Helmet damage. That Rocky Helmet ended up doing as much damage to Excadrill and Arcanine as the Earthquake did. Now, he does have to remember that his Trick Room is still up. Poliwrath wouldn't be too bad here. Ooh, but he does go into Dugtrio. I'm not sure he remembered that the Trick Room is up. He goes for the Earthquake. Arcanine goes for the extreme speed. Does some really good damage. But Dugtrio is going to be able to pick up the KO. So Charm City staying ahead here. Again, I think the Trick Room is kind of hurting them at this point. Blastoise comes out. Does have the Water Absorb Poliwrath. Looks like it's a defensive set Poliwrath. He has leftovers on it. Very interesting. Blastoise with the Shell Smash. And the White Herb will restore the defenses. Trick Room is over now. What could Blastoise have to threaten Poliwrath, though? I actually think Poliwrath is in a pretty good spot here. Usually expect Blastoise to have something like Scald or Hydro Pump, you know, typical water attack, Ice Beam, maybe Dark Pulse or Flash Cannon. All of those are resisted by Poliwrath and the Water Absorb. So Tokyo wasn't expecting that. Poliwrath goes for the Drain Punch. Now he could try to go for Belly Drum. I have to see. Okay, Blastoise goes for the Dark Pulse. Again, this will be resisted by Poliwrath. Yeah, you see how little damage. No flinch. See, Poliwrath could have gone a Belly Drum up at like any point here. He does have leftovers though, so Citrus Berry would have been a better item to do that. But the Drain Punch would get you so much HP back. So Blastoise has to hope to get like a flinch, maybe even a crit. Tokyo switches out Blastoise into Rayquaza, who's not going to take a lot of damage from this Drain Punch here. Poliwrath showing off its bulky side here, all the way back up to full health. Now, what does Rayquaza have? Dragon Ascent, probably the best move. Yes, here is the Dragon Ascent from Rayquaza. Will it be enough, though, to take out Poliwrath? No, Poliwrath barely hangs on. And Poliwrath with the Ice Punch is going to be enough to take out Rayquaza. Charm City taking a pretty decisive lead here now. Excadrill at about half health. Sandaconda we see here at about half health. Blastoise is at about a third of its health, so all these Pokemon are weakened. Sandaconda outspeeds Poliwrath and is going to be able to finish it off with the Earthquake. Dugtrio comes back out. Will the Earthquake be enough to take down Sandaconda? Sandaconda can be really bulky. No, it's not enough. The Sand Spit does occur. And I think Sandaconda's going to be able to get the Revenge KO onto Dugtrio. So Tokyo is making a fighting play to get back into this. Excadrill will have a couple turns of sand to play with. And strong Iron Heads could be the difference here. Lucario with the Bullet Punch. It's enough to take down Sandaconda. Excadrill now should have a couple turns of the sand. Probably even 3 turns, right? It had 1, 2. Yeah, I think it'll have 3 turns, so if it has the Iron Head, it has a chance. Lucario with the Bullet Punch. Doesn't do too much. There's the Iron Head. Takes down Lucario. Now we can expect Kyurem to come in. No, Ninetales is coming in. Oh, to set up the hail. Good play. So now Excadrill does not have this double speed from Sandrush. Ninetales can click Freeze Dry. That should be enough to take down Excadrill with the choice specs. And then Blastoise is the last remaining Pokemon, and I think Ninetales will be able to clean it up here. Okay, why do you have choice specs and protect? That's just goofy. That's just goofy, Zach. Alright, so the Charm City Charizards take down the Tokyo Togekiss. They move up to 4-3. Probably good enough to make playoffs. There's so many teams currently who are 3-3 or 2-4, so we don't really know which ones are going to be 4-4 with enough tiebreakers to make it to the playoffs. Tokyo slides down to 5-2, which now does put them in a precarious position. They, will have to wait for Denver's game this week, but it could be a showdown for the West Division in Week 8. We'll see about that. As always, thanks for watching, and stay classy, society.